The text-to-video feature is great for brainstorming and trying things out, but keep in mind that any video generator will surprise you with unexpected results if your prompt is not precise. Let's do it with an example. I will go to the text-to-video and paste something very simple. A man walks over a surreal, realistic landscape. My prompt here is not super specific. What's the tone of the video? What is the man's clothing? What time of day is it? How is the street or the background? If you do something like this, you will get unexpected results because you're letting the AI model fill the gaps for you. Besides that, when you generate a video, you need to check your settings. If you go here, you need to select the aspect ratio, could be portrait or landscape, how many outputs you want. You can do up to 4. I'm going to keep it on to 1. You have different models available. The latest is the 3.1, and you can select between fast and quality. The quality, it's of course a little bit better, but it will cost you 100 credits. And on top of that, it will take a little bit more time to create. For this example, I will use the 3.1 fast. If you keep moving, you have to clear the prompt, and then this is the same settings we just discussed. Now on this one, I will create 2 different outputs. Then to run the prompt, we just need to click on the arrow. Once this is going, it will let you know on the screen. Once you get the videos back, you will see them right there on your screen. The 2 outputs are pretty similar, but not exactly the same. Since we were not very specific with our prompt, Flow gives us a very similar but distinct video. Tiny little warning. Even with super clear instructions, sometimes the output might be a little bit weird or unexpected at times. I will give you a few tips in how to create a precise prompt in a few seconds. If I play the videos back, we can see that they are pretty good. I mean, we did ask for surreal. This is surreal. Let's check the other one. And that's it, pretty much. You create a prompt with your instructions and you prompt away. Once you have all the resources right here on the screen, you can hover and you will get different options. You can favorite video, you can edit. We will talk about this in a minute. But then you can do it full screen to see the video if you want it. And then you can download the video. You can download the GIF version of the video, the original size, which is going to be 720p, or you can do the upscale. If you click the upscale, the process of downloading this video will start, and it is that it will take a couple of minutes. A very cool thing on Flow is that this action won't cost you any extra credits. And then if we keep moving, you have the 3 dots. Right here, you can flag just to let know Flow or Google that this is not a good output, this is not a good video, and then you can delete the video. Since you can remove the clip or delete it, just a tiny warning, deleting is final. You don't get it back. And of course, you will not get the credits back. Something very interesting on every generation that you create is that if you go to the edit, it will take you to a different location. Right here, you will see the whole video, and you can perform different actions. You can prompt to edit, to insert elements, remove elements, change the camera position and the camera motion. And all of this just works through the prompt. Just to give you an example, I will go to insert, and if I hover on top of the video, notice that I have this tiny cross. Well, this means that you can just select a point, and every time that you prompt to insert something, it will insert it on this spot. Just to give you an example, I will paste a dog looking for something to eat. Flow and VO will take a look at the square and put the dog right here. Since this is a new generation, it will use the current settings of the current video. That's why if I go to settings, it says each generation uses 20 credits based on your current settings. Once we are ready, we just need to click to run the prompt. Now we just need to wait. If you want for me to upload a new video showing how these options work, let me know down in the comments. Once we get a response, we can see the dog right here, and it looks pretty cool. Let me play it back. So this is how the text-to-video works. It's just pretty simple. You have an idea, you create a prompt, and then you prompt away. How can you be precise when prompting? One way to do so is by using templates. You have a lot of different templates. Everyone likes to do it on their own way. My template is first style, then composition and framing of the subject and the action, then in the context and the setting, And then we provide the artistic direction, like ambience, lighting, camera motion, and then finally the audio and dialogue. Just to give you an example, I will go right here and paste this prompt.
Ultra-realistic, cinematic, super close-up overhead shot of a woman in her bed waking up from sleep. She slowly opens her eyes. It's the first light in the morning, around 8 a.m. The ambience is soft and natural. As she slowly opens her eyes, the camera smoothly and slowly zooms out, revealing her face. The audio is the classic sound of morning in a suburban green neighborhood, calm and relaxing. No music, no subtitles.
This would be a good example of the template I use to create prompts. This doesn't mean that you cannot extend it or you cannot make it better. For example, you can go to Gemini and go right here, just paste the prompt, and then ask Gemini to enhance or expand the prompt for you. Let me just make some space. I will go right here at the top and say, please enhance this text prompt for a scene created on Google Flow. I will add the columns. Once you get a response, it will provide different versions of your prompt with enhancements. One thing that you can do is to ask Gemini to add details. If I check my prompt again, I'm just saying a woman. What is the woman dressing? How is her expression? So all of this is something that we can add to the prompt. If you don't find the words in how to do it, well, you can do it on a very conversational way. For example, I could ask Gemini to add a detailed description of the woman. Now, Gemini already knows the prompt. If I run this, it will know what to do. Okay, so I stopped the response, and this is something that might happen to you. At this moment, with Gemini 3, it has support for Nano Banana and a lot of things. If you ask for something very specific, it might go to Nano Banana and provide an image for it. To fix it, I need to tell Gemini to avoid using Nano Banana. Do not provide an image, just a text prompt. And even if you do this, sometimes it's just not guaranteed. Let's run it and see what we get back. Hopefully, not getting Nano Banana, and we are not. Fine. So once you get the response, notice the response. It's pretty detailed. First is the visuals describing the woman, and then it details the movement, the lighting, and the audio. So this is a much detailed prompt. You can easily copy all of this, go back to Google Flow, select everything, and just paste the prompt. As a warning, when you use one of these AI models to enhance the prompt, sometimes they like to add things or details to your scene. You need to really read the prompt and see if you like the details. If you don't read the suggestion and you don't like the details, well, all of that will be translated to the video when you run the prompt, which means that you will lose 20 credits. So you need to spend a minute reading the prompt and making sure that this is what you want. I will do one single generation on VO3.fast and I will run the prompt. Right, so let's see what we get back. I gotta say, it's pretty aesthetic, the sound is fine, and it's a good generation. Right, so that's it. If you like this, please like and subscribe. This channel is supported by viewers only. Go to the links at the description and you have links for PayPal, YouTube Thanks, Patreon, and you can join to one of my courses.